Good morning, friends. Welcome to week 5 of distance learning. Today we're going to talk about only 3 notes. And you may say, why only 3? Well, because these 3 notes can be written 2 different ways each. And I call them the middle notes. These are the notes that hang out between the treble and the bass clef. Okay? So let's get right to it. I'm going to start in the bass clef right here. Remember, we still have our green arrows that say look here first. That's where we get our clues as to what note we're talking about. Okay, sitting on the top line of the bass clef is the note that I call middle B. Okay, it sits right up on the top line. So we go grandma, boogies, down 5th Avenue. What comes after A? Right on the next space is middle B. On its own little line is middle C, just like we talked about last week. It's still on its own little line, but it's up above the bass clef. We know that if it's written for the bass clef, it is meant to be played with the left hand or sung by men's voices. Right above that, sitting on middle C's own line, is middle D. And again, written in the bass clef, it's going to be played by the left hand or sung by men. All right? So I have a string going right down to the piano, middle B. Right there, maybe a little hard to see, but you can hear it. Middle C, singing middle C, sounds the same every time. Good job. Middle D. And I just played those with my left hand because we started with the bass clef, didn't we? All right, so middle B sits on the top line of the bass clef. Middle B sits on the top line of the bass clef. Middle C, still on its own little line, up above the bass clef. And middle D sits on middle C's line in the space. Okay, so middle B, middle C, middle D, written for the bass clef. Okay, let's scoot over here to our treble clef. We're going to look here first because remember, if we don't look at the clef, we might get mixed up and play the wrong notes, and we don't want to do that. So we begin down below again. There's middle C's line. Hugging middle C's line is middle B. Oh, look. It's the same note as this, but it's written for the right hand to play or for women to sing. Okay? Right below, sitting on its own line, middle C. We know this one. Middle C. Excellent. And then hugging the bottom line, or the first line of the treble clef, we have middle D. Middle D. And because they're meant to be played with the right hand or sung by women's voices, I'll play these 3 with my right hand. Middle B, middle C, middle D. The reason we're focusing on these 3 notes, again, is because they can be written 2 different ways. You have to, number 1, pay attention to the clef, and then you'll know what hand is supposed to play it or what voice is supposed to sing it. So, thank you for watching. Please do your flashcards as many times as you need to. You can watch this video as many times as you need to. It's almost like having me held captive in your house, and you can make me say this as many times as you need to. When you have finished all of those, take the quiz, make sure to put your name on it, and then that's it for the week. Have a lovely week. Get outside. Stay well. Love you, miss you. Bye.